Hi, I'm Teryn and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. In this video, I'll be reviewing and demoing the Equate Beauty Sheer Sunscreen Lotion in SPF 55. So I've actually tried this sunscreen before in the past. I actually found it on clearance, and pretty much this is the sunscreen that I use when I go on a walk with my dog, if I'm going to be outdoors. And I honestly don't really pay attention that much if there's going to be a white cast, because typically when I'm done, I'm just going to go hop straight in the shower. It's not like I went about my day wearing it. But this is comparable to the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen, and it is broad spectrum SPF 55, UVA, UVB protection, dermatologist tested, water resistant up to 80 minutes, oil free, lightweight, clean fill, paraben free, and it's in 6 fluid ounces, and this is $5.97 from your Walmart. The directions are to apply liberally 15 minutes before sun exposure, reapply after 80 minutes of swimming or sweating, immediately after towel drying, at least every 2 hours. And so yes, I'm gonna try this on my face. It doesn't really specify whether it's for body or for face. I would think because of the size it's for your body, but there is a smaller size that I've had in the past, but I'm guessing they revamped it or something because this is a pretty large tube. The Neutrogena sunscreen that this is mimicked after says it's non-comedogenic, so basically I would assume that means you could probably put it on your face, because I know this one is oil-free. So yes, so I'm gonna try this. This is what it looks like. And then we get to really see if this leaves a white cast or not. So this is how it's coming out. There we go. I'm gonna start with this. Okay, so when applying this, it's pretty thick. You see that it comes on and the white is like very in your face, the color of it. So, but as you can see, there isn't a white cast once you massage it into your face. As you can see, it's pretty thick. There is like a little bit of tingling around my nose, but it could be from the benzoyl peroxide face wash that I used earlier. However, I will say it does peel a little bit. There are some little rub-offs from the sunscreen, so I will say that's noticeable. And I don't think, these don't look like my little dead skin cells. They look like just the product kind of peeling off. I would say maybe if I applied a little bit less, like maybe it would have been not as peely. But however, you are supposed to apply a lot of sunscreen in order to get what you're supposed to give, basically. So just gonna brush this off. Not so much on my forehead, but like definitely along my jawline. Now my neck is peeling. I'm gonna let this set in for a couple of minutes before I apply makeup over it, just because I want to see how this will hold up with makeup. And because it says it's dry touch, oil free, I want to see how well it does underneath foundation. If you've been here to my channel and you know that I've been taking tretinoin to especially lighten my hyperpigmentation from past breakouts and to hopefully kind of decrease the amount of breakouts that I get currently, we'll do a quick skin check. So I've had like a little bit of breakouts. It's honestly gotten so much better, like with the decrease in breakouts, and there's like something here, like nothing super crazy. I will say that I've been applying sunscreen every day. I try to apply multiple times a day, especially if I'm going to be in the sun, and I'm usually really good about it. However, the South Carolina sun has been trying to win over me. But I will say, given the circumstances, like the sun is everywhere. I will say that I feel like my skin is doing good, and I think by the time I hit a year, a lot of it should be faded away completely. I would hope. But now I'm going to apply this foundation over it. This is just a foundation. This is just a foundation stick that I've been using this summer because I feel like it matches closer to what my summer shade is. So we're gonna try this foundation over this, and I feel like because foundation sticks are a little bit greasy, I'm hoping that it won't peel as much, but we will see. When applying the foundation, I noticed that I didn't see a lot of the peeling that I saw when I was applying the actual sunscreen to my face. So I'm guessing that's a plus. However, if you wanted to wear this sunscreen with no makeup, I would say I would kind of be cautious about the peeling. I don't know if it's because of what I'm doing to my skin currently, But as you can see, like when I used the paper towel, it did kind of just like smooth away. But I understand that not everyone wants to have that extra step of making sure that their sunscreen looks great when it should just kind of go on effortlessly. So I will say, going underneath the foundation, going underneath the makeup, I did not have any issues with that. However, I will be back in a few hours or towards the end of the day to give you an update of how this sunscreen has held up through the day, especially underneath my makeup. We will see if this really, we'll see if this is something, accessible and affordable for a lot of people so they can try it out. So let's see. So I feel like my next step is just to show you guys how to mattify your sunscreens, how to make your sunscreen sweat proof, and just having a good sweat proof routine for makeup, skincare, all of that. So that's what I'm going to be working on, because like I always say, if you're new to my channel, I have oily skin. If you've been on my channel before, you know I have oily skin. It has been about 8 hours since I first applied this, and I'm pretty oily. I like to judge it by the little crease in the nose, my T-zone, my cheeks, like my everything is pretty much oily. My skin is glistening. You know what's crazy? So many people do a bunch of steps to get this kind of like glistening look, but I'm like, where is the line between dewy and oily? Some of my makeup has rubbed off just from me wearing the face mask. I didn't experience any separation from wearing makeup on top of the sunscreen. I feel like it did a good job with that, because if you're oily like myself, you know that sometimes your makeup will separate as your day goes on. And this is also with like no primer, no primer to set underneath the makeup. It's just my sunscreen, my makeup, and then I applied a powder over it. Here it is. Like, you see the glow. You see the glow, you see the oil. To review this sunscreen, I will say I would probably give it maybe a 9 out of 10, an 8 out of 10, because of the way it peels when you first initially put it on, and the fact that you have to take extra time to rub those peels and little bits of product away. But the thing is, because I applied it to my face, I don't see anything telling me that my skin is going to break out. I will say, for the price, 6 fluid ounces, 177 milliliters for $5.97. And to get it from Walmart, which is probably bound to be stocked a lot, I say that's a really good deal to get this sunscreen, because typically my sunscreens, like the one I currently have in my bag is this Kroger one, is 3 fluid ounces. This should last me about a month or so, maybe more than a month. This will last you a long time. So if you are on a budget, you are trying to save money, like I know a lot of us are, I would get this and just take some blotting wipes, get some setting powder, because this is not a bad deal for less than $6 for 6 fluid ounces. This is huge. And my head isn't that big. I would recommend getting this sunscreen, especially if you're on a budget. If you don't mind a little bit oily, if you have dry skin, it will come on pretty thick. I would think if your skin is dry, you might like that kind of thickness and like add a layer to it. But I would say if your skin is kind of flaking and peeling, if you're taking some type of prescribed product, or your skin is reacting to something new that you're taking, I would probably stay clear of this, just because it will peel and it will probably make your skin flake a bit. Or you know what, it might not, it might moisturize it. I'm not an expert in this. So overall, I give this like a pretty decent rating. It's like a B, like a B plus, B minus, somewhere, you know. I feel like I would be the most lenient teacher ever. Based on the only things, the takeaways that I have is that it peels, my skin is oily, but my skin is always going to be oily, so I can't really rank it on that. It is oil free, which I think is great if you are wanting products that are non-comedogenic and my makeup did not separate. I would say this is safe to wear underneath makeup, and there's no white cast, which is really important for those of us with darker complexions. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment for more videos, and stay tuned for more skincare videos. And if you have any skincare video ideas that you want me to do, please make sure to comment them. Thank you so much. See you again.